Hey everybody, it's Christmas Eve now, and I decided to drop to you an early Christmas present. This has been my review on Attack on Titan chapter 88. The attack continues right now. This is definitely a very unique. So, right now we know the truth. A lot of information and secrets were revealed in this episode, and this was a very major mind blower right now. Like for example, the owl's real name is Eren Kruger. His name is Eren Kruger. Like this is definitely very unique when you think about it. When you think about it, we also get to learn some information about the Lodian and Mysorin right now. And this information is very sensitive. Like we learned a lot. Like for example, like the owl, yeah, he wants to bring freedom, and he wants to bring the Lydian back to the royal throne. To bring and he wants to look for the original Titan power. So he's gonna have Grisha be his successor to do so. His successor to obtain the Titan power, use and Lodian and use. And also because he's Lodian, to use his power, We also learned that Lodians, not just killing a Titan shifter is not going to be enough. Apparently, the Titan shifter power can pass to anyone with Lodian blood inside it, and if they devour and eat a Titan shifter. We learned that from before, but we also learned one thing. Like for example, Titan shifters' bodies don't last forever. Apparently, there's a time limit. Once you awaken your Titan shifter abilities, you have a period of 13 years before your body starts to fall apart and die on you. That's until you pick a new successor, and use their power, and pass it on to someone else and have someone eat you. Like this is a very very unique something very unique. We never seen this before. This is something that still begs the question. Like Grisha, he's learning all of this, but he's still traumatized for what happened. Like he got all his fingers cut off, or saw all his brother die, and his own wife got turned into a monster in front of him, and he was sold out by his own son. Like right now, even though the guy that fed his own sister to dogs, he's lying dead. And now he got eaten alive. But yet he doesn't feel anything. He doesn't feel any anger anymore. Even though this guy did kill his sister, Mister, it's still very unique when you think about it. Like even though he just saw the awesome display of what this guy did, of what Eren Kruger did, it's definitely very unique when you think about it. But now we learn the truth. That Grisha, he's been watching Grisha for years, seeing the hatred in his eyes, right? He wants to teach Grisha a deeper meaning to all this, that there was a reason for why all this horrible had to happen. But he lost his sister at such an early age. He saw all these people die. He got his own fingers cut off. Just to teaching that there's more to this, just hating people. I mean, there's something more to this. Like, and Eren in present day, today he's explaining things to Armin and Mikasa. Mikasa, she's a little bit shocked because knows that Eren's gonna die in 8 years because it's been 5 years since Eren first awakened his Titan power when he ate and killed his father Grisha. Now, and then there's Armin who has 13 years now, especially since he just killed and ate Bertolt. Oh, and became a Titan shifter now. We also get to learn that there's also different names for different Titans. And Eren's transformation from what he had and from what his father had and to what Eren Kruger had was called the Attacker Titan. Apparently they're best for defense. And the fact that they're capable of this technique, it makes sense. Like we seen their behavior. They definitely excel in combat and fighting. Especially if you saw the one time that Grisha transformed into a Titan shifter that he killed the entire Reyes family. That's something you have to consider when you think about it. Alright, when you look at this just has a deeper meaning. But however, Grisha went through all this horrible life, but then there's the owl who went into such deep cover. However, he did all of this, but he wanted to do something more with just his life. As a Titan shifter, maybe he had to keep this secret, but also as a Lodian, he wanted something more for his people, but he had to play the part of the villain so good that he had no choice but to watch and let all his people die to do this. But because he didn't intervene sooner, and didn't do sooner, he probably could have saved a lot alive and stopped the violence from happening a lot sooner than later, which is something you have to consider. When you think about it, it's definitely very messed up, you know. And that means that Diana wouldn't have died, and Grisha wouldn't have to feel all this pain for her. However, making Grisha his successor, you know, tried to teach her that there's more to life than just pain, that this pain happened for a reason. Grisha, he's not gonna get over this. I know he's not gonna get over this. I mean, his wife died, his son, and there's not to mention the time limit. I mean, and so many things happening. However, we also get to learn that there's a deeper meaning for leading to Yomi, the original Titan. And at her time, it was a very hard time. She brought wealth and prosperity and power to her land. However, some would say she also treated her like the devil, because there's some kind of this thing also has some kind of mysticism. It's not just science; it's some kind of mysticism to it, like a deeper religion and cult thing. You know, it's a lot deeper than that. You know, when you think about it overall. However, Grisha's mission is this. His mission is to infiltrate the wall, look for the original Titan power, the founding Titan, and restore freedom, and the Lodians to royal blood. However, the Macians, they're not gonna have it, you know. And they find out what he is, they're gonna kill him, you know. And he already been through enough, you know. And it seems like from one of these images, it looks like he joins the Scouts. You know, he becomes a member of the Scouts. You know, I can't wait to see. But still begs the question: how did Grisha? You know, Grisha probably found himself outside the wall, but there's something more to this. Like, for example, we learned from Yomi that when she became a High Shifter, it was her first time. It's like she was in a deep sleep, like she was walking for eternity until she was eventually freed from it. You know, now that's a deeper meaning. Does that mean that there's something more to the Titan power to this? We also learned that there are 9 different types of Titan. You know, the attacking Titan is what Eren's power is called. But what are the others? We know that there are different types. Like, for example, the armored, the colossal, also, and then there's Annie. You know, one of those Titan powers could be the ability to control other Titans. Like, for example, we know that Grisha, you know, swallowed the entire because he had the ability to manipulate Titans and use them against him. Garen only did that once, and now he has the Diamond Heart ability. His potential could practically be limitless, but his powers has come with a price. Now that he's awakened his powers, he only has 13 years to live, and 5 has passed so far, and now he only has 8 years before time runs out for him, and he doesn't have that much time. This obviously upsets Mikasa because she cares for Eren. She doesn't want to lose him. Armin, who's also a Titan shifter, now has a total of 13 years, and she doesn't want to see her 2 best friends die, which is a big deal. Which leads to what will be happen in the end with the relationship between Eren and Mikasa, you know, which is a big deal. I feel sad for them a little bit. I wish it wasn't this way, you know. But you know, power comes at a price, and this is a very steep price, which is their life. Which means they can't, you know, just go through the motion, do the same thing anymore. You know, it's gonna be even harder. We also get to learn that during the time of the royal family, you know, when they chose a new successor every 13 years from the journal back to present day. How the hell are they gonna handle this information? You know, them processing all this new information. You know, this is a very steep, and I have a feeling this is not gonna be the end. We're gonna get more into Grisha's life. Like, for example, he was first discovered outside the walls, or just wandering, and we know that we learned that he was a medicine. That means he probably was in his Titan form for so many centuries until he snapped out of it, and he was found by the people and was taken in by them. You know, that's at least my theory on that. If you want to give your own theory, you should give me a comment down below. I mean, it would make sense with what Yomi said, the other Yomi, not the original Yomi. Which means that something, maybe the source of the Titan power, it may be able to have the power to undo the deteriorating effect that all Titan shifters have. Which means there's maybe a chance that if Eren can find the original source, he could live. That's what I hope for. But that's only a theory, a theory. Let me know down below in the comments what you think about this. All this news, Titan shifters, new information that there are 9 different types of Titans, and there's a time limit, and then Eren's name comes from Eren Kruger, who was who saved Grisha's life, who was the Owl, which is a big deal, which is something you have to consider, there's a lot deeper meaning, there's a very deep meaning into all this. I can't wait to see what happens next, but hopefully we will get more answers as to what happened to Grisha when he first transformed. This is probably leading up to that. Anyway, that's all I got. Hey, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry this chapter came out so late. My computer had a major virus. I had to postpone all my videos. Plus, I was struggling with the decision whether to do this or not. But I'm not going to disappoint my fans, so I did it anyway. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Alright, thank you. This is Southern Landscape view on Attack on Titan chapter 88. The attack continues. Alright, I'm out. Peace. Bye.